Hello, welcome to Healing with podcast. I am Marissa McDevitt, your host, mindset coach, mentor, and founder of Healing Center. Tired of all the BS? So was I. This podcast is my raw, unfiltered take on life, sharing my personal experiences, lessons, and healing practices that helped me break free from the cycles that no longer serve me. I'm just an average woman who decided to stop settling and start speaking up. Here we dive deep into the messy, beautiful, and sometimes painful realities of life, business, and relationships. No fluff, no judgment, just real talk, real growth, and real transformation. This is a safe space for anyone, women, men, and all the beauties in between. So who's ready to raise their standards, heal, and step into their power? Let's learn, grow, and evolve together. Now tune in and let's talk about it. Welcome to episode 9. We're going to talk about healthy relationships. Whether that's a friendship, your partnership, your familyship, what that looks like. We hear a lot about red flags in toxic relationships. And while that's important, today we're focusing on the green flags. What does it actually feel like when your life is filled with healthy, aligned relationships? So we're going to dive in and we're going to raise our frequency together. I'm going to pinpoint on how your healing journey attracts healthy people. What the 5D, five-dimensional living, looks like. And why focusing on the positive raises your vibration and standards. So let's jump into it. I'm going to give you 10 signs of a healthy, high vibe relationship. You can break this into a friendship, family, romantic partners, or whatever flows naturally to you. I woke up this morning feeling very inspired to talk about the healthy sides of friendships, relationships, and familyships. Last night, I gave a Reiki session to one of my good friends who's also my life coach, who's also my most inspiring, beautiful human I've met in a very long time. And we were just sharing how every time we talk to each other, whether it's on a one-on-one, a text message, I see her in person, we amp each other up like you wouldn't believe. We have this feeling of just nurturement, excitement, motivation, all the things. And we really took a look on it and just appreciated all the journeys we have had before this time in our life now. We sat there and we even sent love to the old friends that hurt us badly. We sat there together and shared our love for the people who were not good to us at all and who are no longer in our lives. However, we shared love to them because them destroying our friendship, them destroying, our heart at that time, only created space for friends like us to come in. And that is so powerful in its own. Understanding that if you have a friend or a partner or a family member that blows up and destroys the friendship or relationship or whatever, understand that the universe is always redirecting you to something better. So with that being said, let's jump into the 10 signs of a healthy, high vibe relationship. Number 1, you leave interactions feeling uplifted and not drained. You feel energized after a phone call or a hangout and not confused or depleted. Number 2, You're encouraged to be your highest self. They celebrate your growth and never guilt you for evolving. Woo, that's a good one. Number 3, they speak life into your dreams. Your goals aren't too big for them. They ask you how they could support you. Number 4, you feel emotionally safe to share the real you. Vulnerability is met with compassion, not criticism. Not criticism. 5, there's mutual effort and respect. You're not the only one reaching out or making plans. It's reciprocal. 6, they hold you accountable with love. They want the best for you and aren't afraid to kindly guide you back to alignment. 7, they cheer you on publicly and privately. No side comments or competition, just support, even when you're not in the room. Yes. Yes. 8, you laugh, play, and create together. There's joy, there's lightness, you have fun together, even when you're doing nothing. 9, they reflect your inner work. The better you get, the better your cycle gets. And 10, you feel peace, not pressure. There's ease, not eggshells. You can just be. Wow. These are great. And this is literally every single 1 through 10 is my friendship with my friend Mary. And this is exactly the alignment that we are talking about. We were talking about all night last night, sitting at the table after I gave her a Reiki session, and we're just connecting and drawing cards and really just being. 1 through 10 is exactly our friendship. And that is the type of friendship you want. This is the type of alignment you want to attract in your life. So even with my fiancé, right? Me and my fiancé, we pray together, we meditate together, we dream together, we push each other to our best, like in our mind, body, and spirit. We work out together. He's literally like, if it's not my coach, Mary, as my personal trainer, it is my partner. He is my personal trainer. That is how much we uplift each other. We're constantly connecting from our heart space. We probably say maybe every 3 days, like, how awesome it is that we're both aligned, that we both have the same visions, that we both have the same mindset. You know, we lift each other up. We're constantly talking highly of each other, to ourselves, to each other, and to other people. This is what an example of being in a beautiful partnership looks like. I will tell my partner, hey, this is my new business idea, and it's going to cost a little bit of money. And my partner has my back 100%. Absolutely. This is your dream. He always says, absolutely, babe. You got this. You always follow through on your business ideas, on your plans. I know you got this. And I wouldn't be supporting you if I didn't know that you actually were going to make it. How awesome is it to have a partner support your dreams? How awesome is it for me to be able to feel vulnerable enough to tell my partner my dreams? And I know that sounds wild, right? But there are people who are in relationships that can't even open up to their partner and say, hey, babe, I want to quit my 9-to-5 corporate job and I want to go full-time in my business and what I feel called to do. And sometimes those partners are like, absolutely not. You know, how are we going to make money? And then all the lack. comes in. But when you have a partner who doesn't even bat an eye when you come up with a new business plan and says, heck yes, let's go all in. I got your back. When do we start? Let's go. How freaking amazing is that? Reflect on your friends, your coworkers, and even family. Reflect your inner world now. My coworkers are literally smiling more positive, talking about spiritual stuff. They're cracking jokes about Red 40 and, and their hot Cheetos that they eat. And it's no longer a let's make fun of you. It's a conscious, like, hey, I know I'm eating crap, but let's joke around and say, hey, I bought a bag of Red 40. It's funny. We're having fun. Everybody is in a higher vibrational frequency, all because one person kept coming into work every single day and showing up with a positive impact. I show up to work smiling, doing my best, acknowledging everybody, eye contact, asking how they are. I'm not saying you have to do this all the time, but I'm saying it does make a difference. It does uplift everybody around you. My father and I talk on the phone weekly, and we will get down to the dirty depths of the 3D reality, what's going on, but we always end in a positive note. We always end with how we're going to dig ourselves out of this challenge or what's going on here. But hey, we know that that's not our consciousness because we can see right through all that. And this is where we're going to be from here. So even having a healthy masculine support like my father on life situations, and my father's also my best friend. I call him for everything. Now that I have my fiancé who is very similar to my dad. My fiancé builds everything, has every tool. It's kind of funny now because I'll call my dad and my dad will say, yeah, well, your fiancé has this tool, so go and grab this tool, and then, I'm sure he's got this, and he does. And it's so much fun to be able to have that kind of energy around. So having a positive impact with your family, a positive impact with your friends, with your coworkers, with your partners, that is what the 5D feels like. And when I say 5D, fifth dimension, right? Because we live in a three dimension. And we're shifting energetically into the fifth dimension. So when you're in your highest form and your highest vibrational frequency, you align to that 5D reality, which is all these positive relationships, friendships, family ships around you, right? We no longer have those narcissistic, psychopathic, bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever energy around because your vibrational frequency is not aligning. Now, every once in a while, is that type of person gonna end up around you, even if you're in your highest form, in your highest vibrational frequency? Yes. And just like the last episode I talked about is learning and actually learning and embodying the lessons that the universe has given to you. So when the universe aligns you to a lesson, a new opportunity of growth, you must complete that lesson in order for it to go away. Right? You expand from that lesson that you actually learned from. And in return, those situations won't really happen again. And if they do, it's very, very rare. And when they do, you're so aligned and in tuned with the situation that you say, oh, I know this type of energy and I don't, associate myself with that part. I don't associate myself with this kind of energy anymore. So the energy shifts and manifesting healthy relationships always start with you. You must become the energy first. You must choose daily to smile, to show up, to stay in gratitude. Stay in your lane of light. Compliment, open the door, give, love. Stay at your highest vibrational form. People mirror your frequency. And as you shift, your world shifts too. Yes, I want to remind you to look for the green lights. Embody healthy relationships. Become the energy first. As you shift, your world shifts too. And I would like to end on a simple affirmation. Today, I choose to give and receive love that uplifts me. I welcome relationships that reflect the love I have cultivated within. And with that being said, much love and have a beautiful day.